Right, so farm finances part 2. So let's refresh where we were at. So we moved from St. Louis to Duluth in 2016. Duluth is in northern Minnesota. And then we started the alpaca farm in 2018. And in 2019 moved to River Falls, Wisconsin. So this is about 45 minutes east of the Twin Cities. So in order to move here and do all the modifications and get the animals, we went into some pretty significant debt. In 2020, as we all know, COVID hit and we started doing tours. So we were doing, on a good day, we would do 7 tours a day, and we had about 10 people per tour, which we were maxed out at. So questions asked were, Dawn and I both gave tours, but by this time we probably had 60 or 70 animals, and we could not do it by ourselves. So we started to acquire staff to help here at the farm. So 2020, my parents did help and provided us with some money to bail us out of the situation that we were in. We didn't completely and totally bail us out by any means, but it was just a little bit of a boost to help us. 2021, the farm lost significant money. The farm has always lost very significant money, but in 2021 things actually started to pick up for me, and I was able to pick up some overtime during COVID. I am primarily a breast radiologist, and so people were not getting their mammograms for a lot of 2020. In 2021, I was able to pick up some overtime, and I was able to we were able to, I wouldn't say make ends meet, but it wasn't nearly as dire as a consequence of a place as we had been. In 2022, we decided to do some more building on. The staffing had increased. We had increased the number of tours that we were giving, bought some more animals, basically just spending lots and lots of money and not making nearly enough in terms of what we were getting back in from the tours. Had not sold an animal, and so things were not great, but not as bad as they could be. 2022, kind of the same thing. So we're just like living, I can't even say month to month, falling behind every single month a little bit, but we did have a little bit of, padding, I will say. We had saved up a little bit of money at the times whenever I had received bonuses or whatever. So it was not good. We always waited until I got my bonuses. And then comes 2023. So what happened in 2023 is I actually had to change jobs. So I no longer worked. I had been working in Duluth, and I started working down here in the Twin Cities. And whenever I started working here in the Twin Cities, I took a significant pay cut. And in doing so, we started to have really significant financial problems again. But the drive going back between Duluth and here was ridiculous. It was 3 hours each way. And I was going to get in a car accident. There's no doubt about it. I wasn't functioning at my full capability because I was so tired at all times. And so now we're in 2023. We are in debt. There's no doubt about it that we are in debt. And in May, Dawn died. So I'm by myself. So we have very significant debt. And now I'm by myself. And so I have to figure out what to do. So here's what's happened since then. In 2023, I lost more money than I did in 2022 on the farm. I know this for a fact. Not significant, but some, okay? But whenever you're losing large amounts of money, it doesn't make a difference. It's rough. It's all just rough. By 2024, I knew that I was in trouble. Starting at the beginning of the year, I knew that I was in pretty significant trouble because Dave Ramsey kept coming up on my Facebook feed. And by the time that I got to summer of 2024, I was desperate. So whenever people say they live paycheck to paycheck, I wasn't even living paycheck to paycheck. I'm talking, I was like living like if somebody came in and gave cash in the store, like that's what I used to help pay the bills. It was rough. I couldn't turn on my heat. I couldn't afford to put food on the table. If my mom wouldn't have been here, The kids and I wouldn't have had any food that summer. So starting in June, I made very significant changes around the farm. So we started doing farm tours that were self-guided tours so that people didn't have to just have a tour guide with them. We started advertising more heavily. I started doing staff reductions, meaning I wouldn't have as many people working. And in doing so, things are slowly starting to turn around. But it's been a really, really rough go. But again, I believe in myself. Mistakes were made, no doubt about it. I'd like to thank all of you on the internet for pointing those out to me. I'm very aware. Mistakes were definitely made. But I'm writing this course, and I'm going to make it. So things are better. And I just want to thank everybody for all their support.